going to be a video about some of the authors of the old grimoires that are in the Goetia and old magical grimoires and so on. And let's start with Peter the Abano, born in 1250 and died in 1316. Author of the grimoire Heptameron, printed in 1485. He was tried by the Inquisition 2 times, and he talked about the grimoires in his book Lucidator, and the Clavicula Solomonis was one. And that is a very good book, the Heptameron. It's the basis to learn from. And Johannes Trithemius, born in 1462 and died in 1316, he was an abbot, and he was the key person to the book Lemegeton, and 5 parts of Lemegeton existed in the 1500s, and Trithemius probably wrote 2 of them. And books mentioned by Trithemius in his books Antipalus, published in 1508, composition of the names and characters of the evil spirits. There were 72 evil spirits in that, just like in Goetia. And its Latin name was Liber Malorum Spiritum. And Trithemius' Stenographia consists of magic and cryptography, which can be linked to Theurgia Goetia and Art Paulina. He also was familiar with the scrying methods in the Art Almadel, and Ars Notoria was in his library with many other manuscripts. So we know that Lemegeton existed in the 1500s. Then we go to Henry Cornelius Agrippa, who was Trithemius' best student, and he lived between 1486 to 1533. He knew the Goetia under the name of Liber Malorum Spiritum, and recognized this as Trithemius' Book 1 of Stenographia. Book 2 of Stenographia consists of the sigils, etc. Agrippa's 3 books of occult philosophy, written in 1509 but published first in 1533, covers a large part of Western magic. It is in the short book of magical ceremonies that he goes into the names of the spirits, the procedures needed to make Lemegeton work, invocations and evocations. And then we go into another less known author but important, Ioannis Wierus, birth name Johann Weyer, and he lived in 1515 to 1585. And he was Agrippa's pupil. He wrote Praestegis Daemonun in 1563, and he is talking about the Malleus Maleficarum, and his books includes details about Agrippa and his teacher in magic, Abbott Trithemius. And Trithemius was also the original Dr. Faust, who was written about by Goethe and Marlowe. Sigmund Freud thought that his book Praestegis Daemonium was one of the most important 10 books of the time. The appendix in the second printing or publishing and printing in 1583 of the book contains a catalogue of demons which is called Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. The catalogue of 69 demons is nearly identical with the list of 72 demons in Goetia, and the list was published by Reginald, Scot, and later by John Petersen in modern days. Reginald Scot, who lived in 1538 to 1599, was the author of the Discoveries of Witchcraft, trying to play down the power of witchcraft. He believed that the prosecutor was irate and unchristian. King James I ordered the book to be burned and wrote his own book, Daemonologue, in 1597 to encourage prosecution. And conjuring had a death penalty after that, reversing the more humane time under Queen Elizabeth I's rule. And then we step into Francis Barnet, who lived in Marylebone in London. And he has two birth dates. He either lived between 1774 to 1802 or between 1765 to 1825. And he was probably a student of Sibley, and author of the Magus, Celestial Intelligencer, published in 1801. The book is rewritten in more modern English and can be said to consist works of Agrippa's 3 books of occult philosophy, and also the 4th book of occult philosophy, along with Heptameron, and also the magical elements by Peter the Abano, and the 4th book of occult philosophy, which might be the pseudo-Agrippa written by Wierus. And that was these authors here, and it was a lot, but I tried to be as clear and short as I could. So hope this inspires you to search and find out the manuscripts that are found in English as well as in Latin on internet. And have a magical day. Bye for now.